Hi, you're watching Food Whims and Whimsy, and I'm Carmen DePasquale, and today I'm going to show you how to make fried calzones. So before we begin, let's go over the ingredients. So today we're going to be using 2.5 cups of bread flour, 1 cup of warm water right from the tap, a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of instant dry yeast, and I'm also going to be using a starter. This starter is flour and water mix that I feed every single day, equal proportions, and this is the solid form. So whenever you make a bread, just keep a little in the refrigerator with a little olive oil on top, and you can use that to make your bread products. It adds a lot of that umami flavor. So the toppings that we're going to be using today, you can of course use any ingredients that you like. I'm going to be using some ricotta, some mozzarella, some San Marzano tomatoes, and over here I'm going to be using some pepperoni, some ham, basil, just for flavor, some Pecorino romano cheese, and of course a little olive oil to drizzle. So the first thing you want to do is, I'm going to do it right on the counter here. So this is 2.5 cups of bread flour. So basically you want to make a little hole or circle right here in the middle, a little well, and right there we're going to put everything in there. So here's the dough that we had in the refrigerator, left over from another bread that I made. I'm going to put it right there in the middle. And also we're going to use 1 cup of water, so I'm going to add sugar to this water and the yeast. And also the sugar. Now we're going to add the salt just around the ring of flour right there. Okay? And so right here we're just going to start mixing everything. You want to kind of melt this in with the warm water. So we're just going to do that. Just like this. I also like to add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. So I'll do that now before my hands get really messy. There we go. So you want to just kind of mix everything in there. It could get messy, but you just kind of keep everything in there. You can add the flour from the edges, just like that. So you just want to knead the dough for about 5 minutes until it's smooth. And that looks about right. And then you just want to put it in a nice little bowl with a little olive oil and let it rest for about an hour until it doubles. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'm going to cover it with a nice little warm towel. So it's been about an hour, and I can see that the dough has risen. If you touch it, it actually makes an indentation, so I know that it's ready. So basically what I want to do is I want to make these into, we're going to make about 8, so I'm going to just cut these into 8 nice portions. In half, and then in half again. I'm not really concerned about being perfect, so I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball them. And then you want to just make little balls like this. And then once you have them ready, you're just going to have them rest a little bit. So that's good, just like that, little balls. Just like to squeeze them just like that. Like little mozzarellas like that. Because then we're going to roll these out. So I'll do this to all of them. So you just want to do a quarter turn and just flatten them out a little bit. You're trying to get a nice circular shape. And just keep turning it just like that. If you find that they're stretching back or they're like pulling back, you might have to let them rest another 15 minutes or so. So now that we have all the discs formed, I'm just going to go ahead and fill it. I'm going to put in about a 1/4 cup of ricotta. Just give it a little bit of a smear right there. Spread it out a little bit. And then I'm going to add all the toppings that my son loves. Pepperoni, not too much, some ham, a little basil, just like that, a little grated Pecorino Romano, and some mozzarella. There we go. Not too much because you want to be able to close it. And then just give it a nice little fold over. Pinch it a little bit, just like that. And then I like to take this little tool that my husband bought for me and I just go all the way around to seal it. It's not super sharp, but that's what I want. I want to be able to seal it. There we go. So this calzone is going to have a little bit of ricotta, just like that. And these Marzano tomatoes, I drain them so they're low moisture. And that's important when you make calzones. You want very low moisture ingredients. Add a little bit of basil. I also like to add a little Pecorino Romano cheese. And of course mozzarella. There we go. And you just fold it over. Just like that. And you take your pizza wheel. Make a nice little tight bundle. There you go. So the calzones have been formed and now they're ready for frying. The oil's up to temperature and I always like to put it on a tool like this. There we go. We have a nice little sizzle. Slide it right in there and let it go for a few minutes. So here you have it, fried calzones. I like to add a little Pecorino Romano on them. That looks really delicious. And next, I just want to go ahead and cut into this baby. That looks really good and looks like my son's favorite right here. Ham, mozzarella, and ricotta. That looks really delicious. I hope you like this recipe of fried calzones. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You're watching Food Whims and Whimsy, and I'm Carmen Di Pasquale. Enjoy!